can I stop voles by putting a barrier of marble chips in the soil around my hostas? And this is John. So what do you think about that, Mr. D?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope, because the voles are coming from underneath.
Yeah.
They will go underneath your marble chips. You know, there are mechanical barriers that you can construct or buy. Vole King, I think, is one that you can use to put into the ground and then put your plant into it, and it's metal, and that keeps the voles out. And you can sink hardware cloth or rabbit wire 6 inches deep around your plants, and that mechanical barrier will work. But anything on top of the ground is not going to do the trick because they're going to come underneath that. And,
I've even done like a basket approach before. Just dug my hole really deep, like when I'm planting bulbs, and just lined that entire area with that hardware
does that sound familiar? That sounds familiar?
We had, I made boxes out of wire.
Okay.
And we planted, I actually have a hosta in my house that I planted in this wire box, and it's in the ground. And you will never know that the whole hosta is in a wire box in the ground.
the roots go through it?
Yep, the shoots grow through it. It works.
And does some of it stick above the ground as well? No? Okay. Sometimes I have issues even with voles, they go underground, but they also have, above ground, like portions of their run go above ground, from hole to hole. Sometimes they'll stop off and chew a plant right at the base too, So, that might be beneficial if you're struggling with visual damage that you can see above ground, maybe extending your whatever physical barrier it is, a couple inches. So
hopefully every once in a while a mole will bite onto that wire and it'll break off a little piece of it.
Every once in a while it may happen. I'm sitting here thinking, actually on the family plot, Jim Crowder was here, and he actually talked about using a soil perfector, which is crushed rock. So he actually will plant the hostas in the crushed rock.
Right.
Yeah. So he did a demo with that here on the set. So
I think my voles would reach in there and they would remove the rocks.
They take the rocks out.
Pull them out, and then they would. I have smart voles.
For a lot of plant collectors that I know, especially who love hosta, they've resorted to just planting their hosta in containers and setting them out in the landscape.
Right.
And then once they leaf out, just depending on how tall your pot is, it actually can be quite pleasing to the eye because you get some different elevations, some different height out in the garden. But they just got so tired of fighting the voles. Hosta are one of their favorite.
Yep. They actually do just that at the Memphis Botanic Garden.
Yes, they do?
They sure do.
Oh, good.
That's for sure.